Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're all doing okay. Welcome to another video lesson. Today we're going to be taking a look at Phil's flammed fill. You see what I did there? Yeah, we all good? Cool. So we better start with what Phil's flammed fill actually is, aside from being really difficult to say, that is. For those of you who have done the Bonham triplet lesson, or the Bonham lick, or the Bonham fill, it's very similar to that. It's a linear triplet based idea with some flams thrown in. So we're going to break this fill down into two halves. Let's start at the beginning with the first half. We've got flam, kick, flam, left, right, kick. Now if you're a lefty, we're going to turn that round. Flam, kick, flam, right, left, kick. The flams are going to be played with our lead hand every time. I'm going to play this at 70 beats per minute, and I'm just going to play the first half of the bar, 2 beats rest, and then loop it back round. Try and play along with me if you can. If you need to pause the video and spend some time practicing each section, that's fine. Once you've got the hang of it, jump back in and join me. Here we go. So the second half of the bar, very similar. It's got the flam, kick, flam part again on beat 3, but then it's kick, right, left, or kick, left, right if you're a left-hander. I'll play it at 70 beats per minute again. I'll rest the first 2 beats of the bar and then come in with beats 3 and 4. Here we go. So let's put both halves of that together to complete the fill. Next up is an orchestration of the fill. You don't have to use this orchestration, of course not. You can use your own, and I would encourage you to come up with your own ways of moving this fill around the drum kit. We're going to go with this one now, quite simply because I think it sounds good. Here we go. Finally, we're going to put the fill in a 3-1 resolve, and we're going to play a quaver groove for the 3 bars leading up to the fill. Now again, if you've done the Bonham triplet lesson, you'll appreciate how hard it is to play a quaver groove and a triplet fill. We're not using the same note values anymore, and we're not using note values that fit nicely together. We're not doing 2s and 4s and 1s and 2s. We're doing halves and thirds. So you can count it like you normally would do, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then when you get to the fill, 1 tita, 2 tita, or 1 triplet, 2 triplet, whichever you prefer. Or you can try just counting the pulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, as this is the one thing that stays constant through the whole phrase. It's completely up to you. There's no right or wrong answer here. Whichever one helps you get the timing right and to play the groove and the fill together correctly is the right choice for you. Again, I'm going to go at 70 beats per minute for this, but if you want to pause the video and slow this down to get the hang of it, that's totally fine. So what are the applications for what we've been looking at today? Well, we've covered linear fills in a previous lesson and we've covered linear triplets in a previous lesson. So we're really just building on those ideas. We're adding flams into an idea that you already know. Flams can be added into anything and they sort of beef up the sound. They fill it out, make the notes longer. We can't actually sustain a note like a piano player or a saxophone player, for example, but we can use flams to make notes slightly bigger. The combination of linear patterns, so feet and hands, and then flams on top gives lots of layers and different textures and sounds to the fill. So what have we learned today? Well, we've been looking at linear triplets, which is an idea we've studied before, but we've been adding flams into the mix just to fill out the sound. We can't sustain notes in the same way as a saxophone player or piano player can, say, but we can add the flams in to try and give the notes a bigger or an illusion of a longer sound, if you will. Flams can be added to anything. You don't just have to add them to linear triplets, although I must admit it's a favourite of mine to throw in some flams along with some linear triplet patterns. It's two of my favourite ideas on the drums, linear and triplets, with some flams thrown in. But you can put flams into any fill you like. Experiment. Go back and look at some of the fills we've studied in previous lessons, 16th note fills, 8th note fills. See what effect it has when you throw some flams into those as well. That's it for today's lesson. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, feel free to get in touch, let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, stick a comment below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Stay safe and enjoy your drumming, guys.